Rejoice, current and former emo kids, because the world's most emo makeup palette is finally here.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back to the channel.
Today we are unboxing the My Chemical Romance X Hipdot Collector's Edition box. When we're going through the unboxing of this video, I'm going to splice in a bunch of close-ups of the stuff in the box because our lighting setup isn't great when there are shiny materials involved. So basically this palette came out at the end of last year. It was announced that My Chemical Romance were teaming up with an indie company called Hipdot that do like vegan cosmetics and stuff, and basically the entire emo world lost their tiny little minds over this palette. Yeah, so this palette was announced and it came out a few weeks later, and the launch was a nightmare to say the least. It sold out in like 2.5 minutes or something like that. And
I almost cried.
yeah, Lynn did cry. Why are you lying?
I was on stream, I didn't cry.
You did cry. You did cry.
I cried.
Yes, she
Emo
cried.
tears.
Yeah, Lynn cried her little emo tears about it. Basically what happened was Hipdot, as I said, is like a small indie company. I don't think they anticipated the excitement people
They didn't
would
have enough for sure.
Yeah, for a My Chemical Romance palette. And the amount that they had made basically for the first release was so few that it sold out immediately. And the worst part of it all was that when it went on sale on the Hipdot website, when it was due to go up, they didn't actually update the homepage of the website or anything to say that the makeup palette was now available. So people were just frantically refreshing their browser, hoping that it would come up, but it never came up. And basically you had to go onto their website and search My Chemical Romance to find any of the makeup stuff. So hundreds and hundreds of poor present and former emos were crying all over Twitter about this, myself included. I was pretty pissed off because I wanted to get this for Lynn as a Christmas.
Yeah, because I was busy, so I was like, can I trust you to do this?
Yeah, it was a nightmare trying to get this thing, and I was trying to buy it for Lynn as a Christmas or like a Valentine's Day present if it came late, because it obviously shipped from America.
It's been that long.
And I literally had it in my cart at 50 seconds past the hour when it went on sale. I clicked all my payment information and to pay, and as it was processing my payment, it knocked me back and was like, sorry, this item is out of stock.
You came over and you were like, sorry, Lynn, and I was just like, what?
Thankfully, for some reason, no one seemed to be aware of this fact. My Chemical Romance also had a stock of the collector's boxes on sale at the same time on their merch site. I only found out because I looked on Twitter and someone happened to say it, and there was so many of them left and no one seemed to know. So I managed to order the collector's edition box, which has everything in it from the makeup collection. Yep. And it took about a month and a half to come after it shipped. So today we are going to be unboxing and reviewing the My Chemical Romance palette. Because who doesn't want makeup designed by 40-year-old men who no longer wear makeup?
This is not okay. This needs to stop now.
But anyway, today we are going to be unboxing and reviewing the My Chemical Romance makeup palette. I'll let you do the honors of opening it. And as I said, I'm going to do like close-up shots of stuff because our lighting setup is trash. Wow. So this is the collector's edition box. It has, I think, pretty much everything that was in the collection. Has a makeup palette, a double-sided makeup brush, a double-sided eyeliner, and a badge. So first things first, let's look at the badge because that will be the easiest to get out of the way. Yeah. So yeah, a little MCR X badge. Is it MCR X?
No idea.
Yeah, we couldn't figure this out last time. It looks to me like the MCR X stuff. It doesn't look like the return stuff. But cute little MCR badge is a commemorative thing for...
I think I haven't been keeping up with like their newest stuff just because every time they announce something, like for example when they were like, hey, we have big news, and then they were like, it's the Black Parade. What was it? Hey,
we're re-releasing the Black Parade with like an extra song on it for the anniversary. Enjoy! Which
was obviously before the actual announcement of the band getting back, but so now they're doing this. Because then when they were announcing this, we were wondering what was going to be too. People were like, a new song, finally! Because I know we're all waiting for that new My Chemical Romance song. I don't think it's ever coming.
If this makeup palette proves anything, it's that My Chemical Romance will do literally everything except write a new song.
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay?
Yeah.
For the record, My Chemical Romance are not goth. We're very aware of that fact. But
Yeah.
Lynn and I were massive emos when we were teenagers, and we're still 40%
Well.
emo now.
Still am.
Yeah, still am. It's always going to be there.
I've
It
always
never
liked
goes
everything,
away.
you know.
You never outgrow the emo.
My Chemical Romance don't even want to be emo, so I'm sorry, My Chemical Romance. If any of you are watching this, I'm very aware that you do not want to be called emo.
Y'all
so
are emo.
I apologize.
I actually disagree. They're like a pop punk post. Like pop punky, like they're not emo, but
Like,
emos
they were
listen to
inspired
them.
by like the Misfits and
Yeah.
stuff, so I would never say that about you if you are watching this.
But emos love My Chemical Romance.
Yes.
Yeah, so there you go. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna look at is the
Brush.
double-sided eye brush.
It's in a fancy little box and it has that coffin. Well, no. Oh, that is a coffin. Yeah, it has the same coffin symbol as on the badge, which, yeah, I still don't know what this means. Is it like reunited? I don't know what this means. Maybe we should have looked it up, really. Tell us down below if you're a huge My Chemical Romance fan. So yeah, it comes in like a little is it metal?
Yeah, it feels like it's metal.
Yeah, I think it's metal. And that's because it's like kind of travel, for traveling. Because look, do you know what's confused me, right? This says, by the way, the back of the box.
Oh yeah,
We'll
the
show
back
you.
of the
The
box.
back of the box says it's a collector's box. The My Chemical Romance set box is your ultimate kit for getting ready for a fun night in. Not out. It says for a fun night in. From what I've seen, it's a freaking travel, because the palette is really small and the brushes are like protected in the metal and stuff, and they move in and out. So I'm like, this is freaking travel, you know. This set includes the 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge palette, the double-ended brush, double-ended liquid eyeliner, and a collectible limited edition pin. So yeah, so the brush is like literally protected in these, what I think is metal, and they move up and down. The 2 sides move up and down, so they're basically protected when you're in your bag, I think is the main reason. Because like, I always bring my brushes out with me in my makeup bag, and they just get freaking destroyed. Even in the makeup holders that I have, the top of them just never fit in, so they get
And this
smushed,
has
so-
lids anyway, so I don't really get the whole like
Well, yeah, it
extendable
has this,
thing.
but look.
Oh yeah, I get
And that's
you,
what I'm
so-
talking about. So when they're in my freaking,
So that you don't
even when
split
they're
any
in
of the
like
hairs.
this, the top of them just gets squashed, so they just get ruined. Like, so this is perfect for going out. Even though it says for staying in. Like, I think they don't want to encourage anybody to go outside, but it does say it says for a fun night in. But I do think this would be perfect for going out, traveling, going out, gigs, everything. I'm definitely gonna bring this with me.
The way they've described it is the My Chemical Romance double-ended retractable eyeshadow brush is the perfect on the go to take you from day job to going out to a show. Pack
Oh.
and blend with this high-quality synthetic fiber brush.
I just
So,
went
yeah.
on about how they said a fun night in.
So yeah, it's cool. Like it has the Hipdot X MCR logo on it, and the same thing as the badge. And the brushes are red because, of course, My Chemical Romance, red, red, red for 3 Cheers.
That's why I'm red today.
Do what it's actually like when you're putting on makeup, you will have to see. So the next thing is the eyeliner, double-eyed liquid eyeliner, black. Again, another cute little MCR X Hipdot box, which I'll show a better close-up of. And as far as I know, this is like a fat and a thin eyeliner, one on either side. Ta-da! So yeah, it doesn't actually feel like as sturdy as the brush does. This one is all plastic, and it is double-ended with lids on either side. One end is
Very thick.
very thick, and the other end
I would
is...
love to do eyeliner that thick, to be honest.
The other one is thin, kind of more like the tattoo liner style. I suppose the other one is more for when you're actually like doing thick black eyeliner or drawing anything on your face. And on the box they have said, the My Chemical Romance double-ended liquid eyeliner is perfect to create any eye look you're going for. Go for a clean winged liner look or blend it out when wet to create an effortless smudged look with this bleed-proof, budge-proof double-ended liner. So we should test that out. Bleed proof and budge proof. I don't believe it.
Bleed proof as well, I know from a thick.
It's
Freaking
very
eyeliner?
hard to do.
That's
yeah,
hard
there's
to do, so
no
we'll see.
way.
I don't really want to use it, but maybe Conor will use that side.
Not sponsored, by the way. I'm aware I'm reading from the box, so it seems sponsored, but I actually bought this with my own money. I wish I had been sent this for free. Right, so we're going to test the eyeliner out on my hand to see what it's like. This
Yeah,
is the
'cause-
thin side.
And then you can let it dry for a minute and then see if it smudges. It's a good like smudge thing. We don't want to get black all over us though. We should have brought makeup wipes in with us. That is freaking thick.
Right, let's see if the fat
I don't know
one
what I'd
bleeds.
do with this. Ooh, nice. It's so black.
Yeah, it is very, very black, and it did come across very smoothly, and
Yeah.
it doesn't appear to be bleeding, so they might not be
How
lying.
long to wait until you try to smudge it? We'll give it a minute.
Okay, I'm too pale for you to see. But
There you
this
go.
is it. Yeah, there we go. As you can see, I'm going to try smudge it.
Ooh.
That's
Right
actually
on.
impressive.
Yeah.
And on camera, it looks kind of like it faded
But it didn't though.
because of the ring light, but it actually didn't fade at all. And it's not smudging. So that is impressive. Let me try it.
We'll see if it can handle
gonna
my
try-
leaky eyes I always get. Oh, he's licking the
Yeah, I've wet my finger. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. So it does smudge when you're wet. So bear in mind that if you are crying while wearing
Not
this,
emo tear proof.
Yeah, this is not emo tears approved. Yeah, if you're crying when you're wearing it, it is gonna smudge. So, I mean, I'll give them the smudge proof thing because when you are
Yeah.
wiping it with your finger, or if you happen to like,
Because even if you cry, you know, your tears are like your eyeliner's here and then you'll be going down here.
yeah, but you know, if you're wet, like I licked my finger. So if you were wiping your tears and your hand was wet and then you did that,
Well, look.
if you were like doing this by accident or whatever when you're wearing it, it's not gonna smudge. So
Yes.
now on to the best thing in the palette, the best thing in the box. So the best thing in the palette. The palette is the best thing in the box.
When I first saw this, I was like, thought it was like an album or something when I first saw pictures.
But again, it is glossy. It is embossed with the MCR logo on it, and it is basically the cover of MCR's Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge, their absolute best album, top tier, one of the best albums of all time. If you have never heard this album, sit down and listen to this album from start to finish, and I guarantee you will enjoy some of it at least.
Some of it. It's the palette we've all been waiting for, the 3 Cheers of Sweet Revenge palette with 9 rich, high payoff shades. Creating your ultimate My Chemical Romance look has never been so easy. So we will do like a My Chemical Romance inspired look. I originally wanted to do an actual Jared Way cosplay kind of look, but I decided to do a vampire look for tonight instead. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. It's actually
Yeah.
like in
It's in a sleeve. I don't really get the sleeve, to be honest, because the palette itself looks the exact same as the
Protection,
sleeve.
protection.
But yeah, it is the Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge cover, and it is embossed with the MCR logo, and this is the palette. I'll do a close-up of it,
Yeah.
but obviously we'll have used it by then, so it will be like smudged and stuff. So there's a little mirror in the palette that you can use, although I've never used one of those mirrors in my entire life. And there are 9 pots, and they are all engraved with like different MCR things. You'll be able to see better in the close-up. There is like the characters from the cover of the album. One says Revenge on it, one is the church windows, one is a coffin, and there's a white, what looks like a brown, a silver. This one on camera looks kind of orangey, but in real life it is actually way more red. Yeah, so we were going to try swatch out the palette, but one, I don't really have much space left on my arms for swatching stuff that doesn't have hair on it. And two, I have no idea what I'm doing, so I wouldn't waste my time trying to do something badly for you guys to see. I am going to get close-ups on the camera so that you guys can see what the pots look like, what the colours will look like, and we are going to do our makeup now using this palette, so you'll be able to see some of the different colours from the palette and what they look like on us. So yeah, it's a cool, small little palette. Three Cheers is iconic. It is like one of the most iconic albums of all time. So it is amazing to own. And it is a good base of colours. Like I would use 2 different reds, the purple, definitely black. The browns I'm not so sure on, but I know they're good for when you're doing like dead sort
I'm gonna
of.
use brown.
Yeah, when you're doing dead sort of looks. And then obviously
Silver.
I wouldn't use a holographic silver, but I get it's like vampires, silver bullets. I don't know, I don't really understand where that comes from actually. I suppose
Glamorous
it's meant to be. I
vampires.
suppose it's meant to be like a cross. Because it's like glittery silver. All the shades are named after My Chemical Romance song references, but we actually couldn't figure out what a lot of them were.
Which is weird because I swear I'm a huge fan. I don't know how that. I'm not getting it. But
So one of them is Saint's Protector. The red is called Pitchfork Red. The black is called Serpent Sun. The other red is called Starless Eyes. The grey is called Shotgun Sinners. The brown is called All the Ghosts. The other brown is called Mausoleum Door. The white is called Flock of Doves. And the silver is called Explosive Light. I get the
I
Mausoleum
get like
Door.
4 of them.
I get the Mausoleum Door. I get the Flock of Doves.
Yes.
I do not get any
And
of
the
the other
ghost one.
ones.
The ghost one.
All the Ghosts?
Yeah.
What song is that?
All the ghosts are never gonna get me.
Oh yeah, damn.
Only that I am singing.
And the Saint's Protector, I understand, because that's the whole concept behind the album. So yeah, that is the unboxing done. So if that's all you wanted to see, goodbye, see you later. And if that is not all you wanted to see, we're going to actually try out the makeup now. We're going to do MCR kind of inspired looks using the makeup in the palette now. So Lynn is going to be using the double-sided eye brush from the palette and the eyeliner from the palette, and I'm just going to be doing eyeshadow, using eyeshadow from the palette, because as you can all obviously tell, I cheated and I did my foundation and my eyebrows before we started the video.
Me too. So yeah, we both have like handheld mirrors, which I'm going to try and use. I've never really done my makeup in like this. If not, then I will be like bending down here.
So if Lynn is off camera the whole time, she's just using her larger mirror.
I could be literally here, but I don't want to be that close to you, to be honest. It's more for you than me.
So I want to do a look where I use the black and the red. No shock there, because all my makeup looks like black and red. Okay, so I'm going to do a look where I do like darker red on this eye and then use the black on the other. And Lynn is going to pick from the other red and then some of the browns and stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to use the Revenge Pitchfork red. And also I'm going to use the browns and the black.
So I'm using the darker red. It's called Starless Eyes, just so that Lynn and I are using different reds and you can see what both reds in the palette look like.
Yeah, mine is like proper like My Chemical Romance bright red, whereas his looks a bit purpley toned to me again. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of a purple toned red. Can you remember the first time you heard My Chemical Romance?
No.
Really?
I don't know. Like, I feel like it was the Helena music video, but I'm not so sure though. I think it might have been the Helena music video, which I don't know like exactly when that came out.
If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say 2004. Oh wow, this is really showing on camera. Wow.
That's nice.
Yeah, it is like, I will say the palette is very pigmented, so you wouldn't have to like overpack when you're using this. I can't believe you can't remember.
I don't remember. I think it might have been the Helena music video though, for sure. Yeah, so I've realised why I don't do the handheld thing, and that is, as you all know from the last few videos, it's because I need to hold my eye down while I do eyeshadow. Because a lot of users said that, yeah, it's not just me. So I can close this eye, no problem, but this one, like, I need to hold down. That's why I like mirrors to be down. I don't have to hold them. Now I know why I don't use these mirrors. Also found it hilarious that everyone was like, Lynn has us all like looking weird. Just watching your video and being like blinking your eyes and stuff. I found that really funny. That's a no-go. So hopefully that's okay. I'll try doing my makeup from here so I'm not like right up in your grill.
I saw the I'm Not Okay video come on Kerrang! And this was like right around when this album had come out, and I did not like it at all.
What?
Yeah, I really, and honestly to this day I still don't like that song. Obviously it's iconic, but it's really like just grates on me, and it was constantly on Kerrang! Like all the time. I thought they looked cool. I was like, oh,
I don't even know, did it look that cool in that video really though?
Yeah, well Jared Way looked cool. And I was like, yeah, he looks cool, but that song is so annoying. And then I remember a while later, Helena came out, and I saw that video and heard that song, and I was like, okay, I can kind of vibe with this. I was like, this is kind of cool. I'm okay with this. And then Ghost of You, the video for Ghost of You came out, and I heard that song, and that was the one that...
I feel like that was late.
Yeah, it was. It was like maybe a year after the album had come out. I heard Ghost of You and saw the video, and I was like, okay, now I'm into this. And that's when I decided to go buy their album. Because back then you had to go buy the album.
I can't believe Ghost of You was what did it for you.
Yeah, that was the one that made me be like, these are decent. I'm gonna.
Can't imagine anyone else would say that.
But yeah, I had to actually physically go and buy the album because you couldn't just go onto like Spotify or whatever and be like, I'm gonna check out more of them. So I went and actually bought the album and listened to it, and then when I heard the album I was like, this is dope. And then I remember Black Parade coming out, and I like bought that the day it came out, and from then onwards I was just a fan. I think you're such a big Mike M fan in comparison to me. I'm surprised you can't really remember, like.
Yeah, it's strange. I feel like they've always, it's like I feel like they've just always been there, like, you know. Because
like, you would have had to buy their album or like get your parents to buy their album for you or whatever. You weren't like Googling it or anything. Yeah,
so basically what happened was, I think I saw the Helena music video. I could be wrong, but maybe I saw the I'm Not Okay video first. What came out first?
I'm Not Okay.
So maybe I saw the I'm Not Okay video and then I was like, yeah, they're cool. Do you know what it was actually? Kerrang! Magazine. So I used to get Kerrang! Magazine every Thursday. I think I might have seen the I'm Not Okay video and was like, okay, they're cool. Saw a photo shoot they did, which I think was the one with the blood on their hands, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Was that for Krang or was that for somebody else?
I'm not sure.
But yeah, I remember seeing pictures of them in Krang magazine, and I remember reading about them. And I was like, yeah, they're this band, like 2 of them are brothers. So I always assumed that Frank and Jared were brothers, just because they looked a lot like each other. But then when I was looking at it, I saw the names and I was like, Mikey. I was like, but Mikey doesn't look like him. Like Frank, they look like each other. So I was like, okay, fair enough. And then just thought they looked cool, but I like still wasn't like in love with their music. And then I saw the Helena music video and fell in love. And I was like, hell yes, I am about this. I love the song, I love the music video. Googled them actually, because you were like saying how...
Yeah, we didn't have like Spotify or YouTube.
I went on my
music.
huge blocky computer and I Googled My Chemical Romance. And yeah, Helena and I'm Not Okay were the first songs I heard. But then I came across their very first album. And when I heard that, that's when I was like, right, okay, like this whole album is amazing. And I looked up the lyrics and stuff. And it was really hard for me to listen to the music because I was listening to it like on a website. So I'd look up My Chemical Romance and then there would be the lyrics and then it would be like, listen here, and then you just press it.
Yeah,
and
it
then,
would be like
you
a
would hear the
terrible
song.
quality, like...
Yes.
Probably wasn't even the full song. It was probably like a minute and 20 seconds of the song or something.
Maybe.
In really bad quality, yeah, I remember that.
So I just remember like Cubicles and stuff, I think. Just the whole album, I loved the whole album, but I did have a few favourites. So yeah, after that then I said, hey, I'm going to go buy the album. So I went into town with my friends and I bought the album. And I bought their very first album before I actually even bought 3 Cheers. Because I was just obsessed with the whole vampire thing. And I like had Googled pictures of them from back then and stuff. And I was like, hell yeah, love this band, love the vampire aesthetic. Because I was really into vampires. So really that made me just like love them. And then yeah, I bought the first album. And then I went into Abracadabra and I asked them, will they play it on their CD player? I was like, hey, I just bought this album and I'm so
and I
excited.
really want to listen to
and
it.
I want to show all my friends. And all my friends were like total metalheads.
For anyone who doesn't know, Abracadabra is a fast food restaurant.
Fast food restaurant. We went into a fast food restaurant because we used to hang out there a lot. And I was like, hey, can you play this for me? And they played one song. And my friends
That's
were...
wild that they actually even played it.
Yeah, my friends were like, no, this ain't it, Lynn. And I was like, I like them. And that's when I realised I was different than my metalhead friends. Because they hated it and they were like, this is some emo wimp stuff. And I was like, I love it. And that's how it all kind of started. And they were like, Lynn's a little bit different. And they used to mock me a little bit, but just wasn't their thing. So I didn't really have any friends that liked My Chemical Romance until later on when they started to get bigger. And then I noticed people in school would come in with red eyeshadow. And I'd be like, hey, you like that band My Chemical Romance? And then they'd be like, yeah. And then they would show me like their folders full of pictures of My Chemical Romance. And I'm like, yes, friends, finally. Well, not that my other friends, but I was like, friends to talk about My Chemical Romance, you know?
Most of the people I knew liked them. At least like at a passing level, you know? Like nobody really I knew seemed to dislike them. I knew like a lot of people, like you said, like the metalheads and stuff would kind of be like, oh, that's so emo, like listening to that emo music. But like, I mean, it's not for them, so
yeah,
I can kind
that's
of
when I
understand.
realized, because like that was like the first band that I ever really got bullied for liking and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized, because you know we were just listening to like Metallica and Iron Maiden. That's when I realized everybody freaking started calling me emo. It was literally because of My Chemical Romance. But I was like, hey, I don't care what you think. I'm about this. I feel so comfortable in liking this band and wearing this red eyeshadow and stuff. So I don't really care. I was just like, hey, yeah, it's cool. I still like all the stuff that I used to like, except for I also like this. So my friends were like, you know, they slagged me a little bit, but they were my friends. It was fine.
Yeah, like this was back when I was in school, and like my chem were so big that even the normal people in my school kind of were like, yeah, they're alright, like I'll listen to a few of their songs. But like, say what you want about my chem, they had a great message.
I want you to take your fucking shirts off, just the boys.
And they did a lot for like teenagers who are struggling with their identity and like how they felt about the way they dressed and stuff. I mean, I know that like My Chemical Romance was the band that started me wearing eyeliner, because up till that point I was like into like a lot of metal and like hard rock bands, So I had like long hair and stuff. So it was like theatrical stuff, but I never wore like makeup, you know, like.
Yeah.
And My Chem was the first band that made me be like,
You think you went overboard?
I'm gonna buy red eyeliner and like wear foundation and stuff.
Well, funny enough, My Chemical Romance are the reason I started wearing makeup too. So I didn't wear any foundation or anything at all. I wore like a tiny bit of eyeliner when I started becoming like a rocker, I guess. So I wore a bit of black eyeliner, no eyeshadow. When I started listening to My Chemical Romance, I went in and got all the Stargazer makeup, which was like a very powdery, like loose powder red eyeshadow, which was just so messy and it got everywhere. And then white powder, loose powder as well, which would just go everywhere. So I would do a full like white powder face and then like basically this, but actually even more exaggerated. And that was it. That was the first time I ever wore eyeshadow and white powder.
Yeah, I think it was like that for a lot of people our age. They saw My Chemical Romance and were like, oh, it's cool to wear makeup now. You can wear makeup.
I was just
cool.
never interested in makeup because I just thought makeup was girly and stuff. And I was like a complete tomboy. So I was literally like, makeup makes you tan and like glitter and I was against that because I was a total tomboy. When I was like, hey, makeup can make you look dead, not alive. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to draw an X on my face. Do you think I should use do you think I should use the fat or the thin side?
I would say the thin side.
Okay, right. I'm gonna try to use the thin side. I'll do it on the red side. I'm looking on camera. Why am I looking on camera? The camera is flipped.
Yeah, also, if you see me looking over here, it's because we have it on the monitor, so I'm just seeing what the makeup looks like in here as well. So I apologise.
Yeah, I'm probably guilty of that a few times as well.
No, I'm literally doing it the whole time. Yeah, I was always like the Jared Way one, and then my friends were always like really inspired by Frank, so I would always just do this crazy red eyeshadow and then they would just do the whole X on the face and everything. It's always been this way.
That did not go too well, but that's just because I'm terrible at drawing stuff on my face.
Yeah, it takes a lot of practice.
We were actually meant to go see My Chemical Romance last year. They were meant to be coming here last June. And we got tickets and we were so excited, and there was a giant mural up in the city for My Chemical Romance.
Yeah, we were supposed to go see that. We never saw it.
And then obviously everything was cancelled and live music doesn't exist anymore. So that got cancelled, and then it actually got rescheduled to this year. So we still have our tickets to go see them this year. It's meant to be this June.
We'll see.
I realistically don't think that's going to happen either. Which is heartbreaking because like I've never seen them. So I was really looking forward to it, but I mean, I don't realistically see it happening.
How many of you have never seen them? That's crazy.
Yeah, and if it gets rescheduled to next year again, like, I don't know realistically if we'll even still be here.
No. I added black and I'm like, it was so My Chemical Romance, and then I added the black and now I'm like, kind of taken out of the My Chemical Romance now, to be honest a bit. So yeah, I've seen My Chemical Romance like...
Yeah, Lynn has seen them live.
I don't know. Yeah, so the first time they ever came here was probably for the Three Cheers album. I didn't get tickets. And I was really sad about it, but I didn't care enough to actually try hard, and I don't know why that was. Honestly, I was like just busy with my studies in school, as terrible as that sounds. I don't know why at the time.
Nerd!
I don't know why at the time I cared more about studying than My Chemical Romance. I don't know what was going through my head. But yeah, everyone was like, hey, you going? And I was like, nah, I didn't get tickets. And like, I never really went to a concert before either. Like, I've never been to a concert, so I didn't really know how concerts were, and I was a bit nervous. So I didn't go, and the next day everybody was like, hey, you should have went, you know, there were people outside selling tickets and stuff. And I was like, that's a thing? Because I just hadn't got a clue. And they were like, yeah, people were selling tickets outside, so you could have got in. And I was just heartbroken. And people were showing me pictures, and they actually got to meet the band outside after. And I was gutted. I was like, oh my god, like, and this was like peak My Chemical Romance. Like, this was the freaking Three Cheers day, you know. Can't believe I missed that. I'm not a huge fan of the Black Parade album, but I did see them for the Black Parade concerts that they were doing. So I saw them, I think it was in the RDS inside for the Black Parade. I was like really far back. It was a lot of people. So I think their first concert was in like a really small venue, the one that I missed. But the next one, like, they were really popular, and this was for the Black Parade. Of course, I definitely got tickets this time, and I went with a bunch of friends. I was very far back. We were kind of just chatting to friends and stuff. I got to see a few songs, because we were just busy socialising, which is not my favourite band. Like, what was I doing? But so that was okay. Didn't meet them. Jared Way had, like, white hair. Like, shaved, like, white hair. And came out on a hospital bed, I think, for one of the songs.
So that's why Lynn didn't care. He wasn't hot enough then. She wanted the revenge era.
No, honestly, I
Parade.
love Black Parade, like, and like freaking Blood. Like, is it called Blood? Blood is like a really fun song to sing and stuff. So I do, I like it. It's not my favourite album, so I didn't really care too much, but it was really cool. And theatrical wise, it was really cool. Like the way they came out on the freaking hospital beds and stuff for the songs was really cool.
Yeah, I think that kind of set them apart from other pop punky emo bands at the time, was that they were like so theatrical. Everything was so over the top. All the albums were concept albums and the stories were insane. Obviously because Gerard Way is like, we wanted to be a comic artist and like is a comic artist now, so that's where that came from.
They were
but, like,
heavily inspired by Iron Maiden though, because they have the whole theatrical feelings.
I think that's one of the reasons I was like so into them, was
Probably
because I like my first like big favorite band was like Iron Maiden. I was obsessed with them. I bought all their albums. And I love that they had like stories and lore. And when I saw them live, they had like giant puppets and stuff. It was crazy.
Yeah, so they were heavily inspired by that. And I'd say that's probably why I like them too, because I'm a sucker for cosplay and dressing up. Like every day I'll dress up as a character. So I obviously just thought that was really cool.
And it's amazing to be able to see like a band that you love play songs, but then they're also like basically putting on like a show, like a play, like basically. So I'm snapping. I never got to see them live. I know Lipstick in general isn't very My Chemical Romance.
No, Lipstick is very My Chemical Romance.
It's 2021. We've evolved, okay?
But yeah, I think definitely the vampire thing sucked me in for sure. You're not really gonna see this eyeliner on me because I just like do a little line.
Man, you're right. My lips are huge.
Yeah. If you wore lipstick every day, it would be very expensive. Like anytime he asks, can he use my lipstick, I'm like, yeah, and then I'm doing his lipstick and I'm just like, oh my god, this is like half the tube. Because I have tiny lips, so for me it can last like such a long time.
So how was the makeup brush?
Yeah, the makeup brush was great. I didn't use it. I used my normal brush.
Are you serious? So I could have used it.
I just realised that I've done my makeup using my actual freaking brush.
Lynn was meant to try use the My Chemical Romance brush. And I had no brushes, and she was like, I'm using the My Chemical Romance brush, and then didn't use it.
Yeah, sorry, I'm really hungry. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, basically, like, I didn't use this. Oops. I was using my brushes, because I got my brushes ready before the video, and I was like, ooh, so proud of myself. Like, I was all prepared and had all my brushes in this little thing, and I was like, look at me, getting prepared. I'm going to need a red brush, a brush for red, a brush for brown. But yeah, I completely zoned out, and I was just chatting and using my own.
And this is why I don't do my own lipstick.
By the way, I freaking need glasses, and contact lenses don't sit well with me, so anytime I do my makeup, I can't really see what I'm doing. And I know that's probably a problem with a lot of people that have to wear glasses, but it's weird because, yeah, if you can wear contact lenses, you can see what you're doing, but if you need glasses and you have to do your makeup, you're really just winging it every time. Okay,
so Lynn has fixed my lipstick. I look less ridiculous now. I like your look. I think you look cool. So you used what colours?
I look like I've been sunburned. I literally just used the Revenge. I don't know what it's actually called.
Pitchfork
red and the
Serpent Sun.
And the Serpent Sun.
So this eye here I used was the Starless Eyes, the darker red. I'm actually pretty impressed with it. And this is Serpent Sun's black as well. I am pretty impressed with the palette in general, to be honest. It is very pigmented, so it is good. And if you buy just the palette on its own, it's not overly expensive.
So yeah, I think the palette's really good. It's pretty decent. Like, red eyeshadows are hard to come by. I've blended it out so much, but you can see that it's still red in here. And red's always gonna blend out to be like kind of pinkish. The black is like pretty amazing too. It's very black, blendable, no fallout at all. Might look like I got fallout because of the blending, but I swear, no fallout at all.
Look at me. I am perpetually covered in fallout every time I do my makeup.
Yeah, Conor's a huge fallout problem.
Yeah, you might say I am a fallout boy. There is not a drop of fallout on me.
Impressive.
It is very This is probably the first time I've ever done my makeup and not gotten fallout. It's very pigmented, and as Lynn said, a red eyeshadow. It's very hard to come by. The eyeliner is very decent, as we saw by the smudge test and by drawing it on my face. I'm just terrible at drawing things. And we don't know how the brushes are because Lynn forgot to use them.
Yeah.
But they feel nice.
I blended this out. I packed a bit of the red on and then blended it out. And yeah, it seems like a great brush, like really blendable. None of the hairs or anything fell out. So it seems like a really great brush. I just completely forgot to use it.
So yeah, if you can get the palette on its own again, I would recommend definitely checking it out. I will put a link below because, as I said, I think they are shipping them out in like every 2-3 months. They're doing like new batches of them that you can pre-order, because I remember when I bought this, the next pre-order was going to be shipped out in February or March or something like that. Okay, so that is the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed my terrible makeup look and Lynn's.
My terrible makeup look.
I like Lynn's look. I think it's cool.
Lame slash terrible.
Yeah, I mean, perfect. There you go. You are the dead girl of my dreams.
Stop it. Get some help.
If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Comment and let us know your favourite My Chemical Romance song below. I am actually very curious to see what people's responses are, because like the newer generation of people liked
Danger Days?
Danger Days. Yeah, there's like a newer generation of people who like Danger Days, and then there's like the OGs like...
I like, what's it called?
Conventional Weapons.
I actually do.
No one's
Actually
favourite
do.
My Chemical Romance
It's
album.
honestly, I love it. Won't lie. Beautiful. Makes me cry.
But yeah, comment down below and let us know your favourite My Chemical Romance song, and if you managed to get your hands on this palette in the first drop. And if you enjoyed the video and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, because it helps us out a great deal. So we will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.